What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Breeze Heat. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But today we're going to be getting into this surf and turf. I did a New York strip steak, lobster, and some red skin garlic mashed potatoes. All right, y'all know first we get into the ingredients. We got our steaks, we got some thyme, some garlic, red skin potatoes, chives, salt, pepper, sour cream, parsley, butter, olive oil, Dijon mustard, and last but not least, those lobsters. So to begin with, I like to just start off by going ahead and boiling my potatoes and prepping up the marinade for the lobsters. So what I'm making here is basically the marinade that I'm going to put on the lobsters before I cook them. This is going to be like a garlic butter marinade basically. So you start off with your 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Next you're going to go in and add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. It does not have to be like a specific brand or anything like that. Honestly, I think this is like $1.50 at Walmart, so go ahead and get that. Even, if it's that great value, still tastes the same. So next I'm going to go in with 1 teaspoon of my garlic, put that in there. Basically going to mix up all the ingredients. I took basically 1 tablespoon of butter. What I did was basically leave the butter kind of sitting out so it was still kind of softened. Next, you're going to go in with a little bit of salt and pepper. You don't need that much. Add in that freshly chopped parsley. You can honestly get that from Walmart. But you're going to go ahead and mix this up. Since the butter was like left out, it is softer. So it's a little bit easier to go ahead and mix those ingredients basically. But you want to just get a really good mix on there. Get all those flavors all together. Once that's done mixing, you're going to go ahead and basically top the lobster with it. Try to coat it as best as you can. Depending on how you like your lobster. I like mine to be garlicky and buttery, so I put a nice amount on there. So you want to get a really good amount of that marinade onto that lobster. It's a little bit harder with a spoon, but not impossible at all. Just put as much as you want on there. Like I said, always cook to your tasting and your liking. That is my #1 tip for everybody. Basically, you're going to put those in the fridge while we get started on everything else in the dish. So next, I'm going to basically go ahead. I'm chopping up that butter because it was kind of thick and I needed it to melt a little bit faster. So what I did was break it up, let that butter melt. Gonna go in with 2/3 cup of chicken broth and let that kind of melt and mix in together and let it kind of warm up before I add it into my mashed potatoes. And what you're going to do is go ahead and mash those potatoes. I love skin on my potatoes because it is the healthiest part of the potato. So I like to keep a lot of skin on mine. If you don't want that much skin on them, you can definitely peel your potatoes beforehand. But what you're going to do is go ahead and pour that mixture in. Next, you're going to go in with your sour cream. I basically took 2 large tablespoons of sour cream in there. I personally like to mix my mashed potatoes after putting each thing in there. In my mind, it kind of helps. But off camera, I did actually end up adding some salt and pepper to it. So that's just for my tasting. But you're going to go in next with your chopped chives. I love chives, so I kind of put a heavy amount in there. I used 3 chives and I chopped them up. Use the remaining garlic. And what you're going to do is go ahead and mix that up. And bon appetit, you have your garlic red skin mashed potatoes. Next, we're going to go ahead and go get our lobster to get that started. So what you're going to do is put it in the oven. I put mine on a low broil for about 10 minutes while I cook the steak. So when you're cooking your steak, you want to make sure you got a hot pan with some good olive oil in there. I like to push them down because I like a crisp on my steak. You don't have to do that. Totally up to you if you want to or not. But basically what you're going to do is let that steak cook. You can check the bottom, turn it up, turn it down, whatever you need to do just to make sure your steak is done to your liking. I personally like my steak medium well, so I kind of let it cook on one side for about 3 to 4 minutes, probably 4.5-ish, depending on how medium you want it or how well you want it. I push it down. Like I said, I like a nice crisp. And in my opinion, this is the most important part about cooking your steak. You're going to add some butter in there, get it melting, add your garlic and add your thyme. And what you're going to do is basically cook the steak in the butter. So you're going to take the butter with a spoonful and throw it on top of the steak. That butter is so hot that it's literally cooking on top of the steak as well. It is a little harder with 2 steaks in there, but guess what, y'all? Ain't nothing impossible. We can still do it. We making it work. And yeah, that's how you basically make that steak look so good. All right, now let's go ahead and plate our dish. I went ahead and got 2 scoops of mashed potatoes. Those potatoes was fire, y'all, so I had to get another scoop. Next, you want to go in and add on your steak. But watch that plate when I pick that steak up. Ooh, y'all see those juices in the corner? But yeah, that steak was really, really nice. I like my steaks to be medium, a little bit medium well. Next, you go in with your lobster. I left that in for about 10 minutes on a low boil, you guys. And basically what I did was take the rest of that marinade. I added a little bit more butter to it, heated it up, and poured it over the tops. Yes, yes, yes. And now we're done, y'all. If y'all try it out, please mention me in the comments and send me some pictures. Y'all know what it is. We a family here. But thanks for watching, y'all. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Hit that like button. Go ahead and comment. Do it all.